I've got some good news for you. I weighed myself this morning, and I'm a daily weigher, and I started 2 days ago at 150. Yesterday I was at 149.8 pounds, and today Good morning, ladies. I'll never diet again. Hi, this is Lori, and welcome to my kitchen. Today is day three of losing the last 20 pounds. This is a vlog about me losing the last 20 pounds. So those 3 tips, I'm telling you, they work. I'm starting to get more questions, which I love. I love trying to help you out. Okay, so here's my 2 pounds of zucchini. I cut the ends off, and I will dice this into my Instant Pot. My husband says I'm addicted to zucchinis. Now, it doesn't have to be zucchini. It can be any non-starchy vegetable. I just love zucchinis. And I know the doctors would prefer that we're eating cruciferous vegetables, but I don't always want cruciferous vegetables. And this seems to be working for me because I too have had my test results done, and all of my test results were fantastic. I'm not lacking in vitamin B12. I could probably use a little bit more sun and get a little more vitamin D, but you know, I wasn't feeling well and wasn't going outside because I was fatigued and had an intestinal parasite, which made me, now I'm outside a lot more, so I'm sure my vitamin D will be going right up. And it wasn't in a bad place. Low is 20, and mine was like 24.6, and they want you to be 30 because they want to sell you more vitamin D supplements. I filled up. See, when I don't think about it, it's like a third full. I'm going to dice up a little bit of onion. Add a cup of water and put it in your Instant Pot on high for 1 minute. And in the meantime, I'm going for a walk. It has broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, chicory. So I'm using the salad mix because they've already done the work for me. To my salad, I'm going to add some herbs from my garden. Cilantro, tarragon, and peppermint. And I forgot this cilantro didn't come from my garden. My cilantro died. I'm going to transfer my zucchini to another bowl, and I was going to do baked potatoes, but I don't want to wait for baked potatoes, so I'm going to cook them in the Instant Pot and eat them together with my zucchini. And I'm going to start off with a salad of mixed cruciferous vegetables. So here's my zucchini done. 2 large potatoes that I'm going to eat today. They weigh 1 pound, 11.7 ounces. I'm telling you, it's such a pain to have to weigh everything. I'm only doing this for you because you're wanting to know how much to eat. You can eat as much as you want. You end up listening to your body and you know when to stop. I don't go hungry, other than I'm hungry now because it's time for me to eat. But you will not be hungry on this diet. You won't. I'm still not waking. I don't ever wake up hungry during the night. Some people are afraid they're going to wake up hungry at night. Has never happened. So I'm going to dice these up. It'll only take 2 minutes in the Instant Pot to cook the potatoes. Most of the time, I will just combine the zucchini and the potatoes and cook them together. And then I cool it off with some frozen corn. But you're seeing how it's happening today. I added a cup of water, Instant Pot for 2 minutes. I'll finish my salad. It's not going to fit in here, so I won't be able to toss it. I'm adding about a half a cup of chopped onions and 2 of those little peppers. This one wasn't really good anymore, so 2 of these. You can add whatever you want to your salad, all the veggies that you want. right, now I'm measuring this only for you because you're gonna wanna know how much I'm eating. So my salad, it weighs 7.3 ounces. It's really not necessary to do this. You can just eat what you want. I mean, there's no way that you're gonna get fat eating non-starchy vegetables. Eat as much as you want. Completely guiltless. All right, now because I do seed cycling and I like seeds, I do not cut out my 2 tablespoons of seeds to balance out my hormones. I'm going to have my 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds on my salad. Someone asked if they could eat whole seeds. You want to make sure your seeds are ground. Grind them in a little coffee grinder or in your blender because they'll just pass right through you. And especially if you're using flaxseed or chia seeds, you won't get the benefits of them unless you're grinding them. And now I'll add my salad dressing. Sorry about the vacuum, but I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat now. It's 1:36, so my first meal, breakfast. Time for round 2. My Instant Pot potatoes are ready. I'm going to add a cup of frozen corn that I rinsed off. Put it in the pot. I drained the potatoes. Normally I would just have them together, but I'm going to do it the legal way. Have my 2 pounds of non-starchy veggies first. I had, 6 or 7 ounces of the salad. Add a little Cholula hot sauce. It's another Mexican hot sauce. I'll drizzle that on there. And I'm going to eat 1 Brazil nut. The reason why nuts are not on plan is because doctors like Dr. Esselstyn, who help people reverse their heart disease, say people will not stop with just 1. I just happen to be an exception. I will stop with 1. And it's very good for your thyroid. So if people take pills, I use a nut or seeds, food. I'm gonna eat the rest of my non-starchy veggies. There's very few left in the bowl, but I'm gonna have it with my potatoes. I'm going to combine the rest of my zucchini, which is about maybe a cup of cooked zucchini. Putting it in here with my potatoes. I feel pretty stuffed. Love the zucchini. So I'm a big soup eater, so if the zucchini is soft, it just means I get to eat it faster. Maybe I'll use a little bit of water in here because I'm gonna end up reheating it in a little while. I'm gonna put this back into the Instant Pot device and it'll be ready to warm up, reheat when I'm ready. It's 3:15 and I'm ready to have some starch. So I'm going to put ketchup. Oh, that's probably a 1/4 cup of ketchup. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And I would say about a 1/4 cup of Mexican salsa, which is going to, I picked this up at a chicken stand, roadside chicken stand. It's tomatoes, cilantro, white chopped onions, and sometimes they put a little lime juice in it. I'm gonna mix that together. And when I was losing weight last year, I ate this a lot. It's been a while since I've done it. And while I'm mixing this up, I have my Instant Pot on saute and it's reheating my food. There's a restaurant, if anybody from my lakeside area is watching, you can go to Fogón de Charlotte on the Libramiento and you can order baked potatoes. And she has Mexican salsa on the table. She carries the same kind of Dijon mustard, and of course they have ketchup. And you can eat out with baked potatoes and smother this on your baked potatoes if you like it. I like it. Lore at Charlotte calls me Güera, blondie. You could say, Güera, I heard Güera talk about it on YouTube. And if you're wanting to know about what are some of the things that, you know, the Dijon mustard or the hot sauces, it should be in the how to set up your kitchen video that I have already done. And I will try to figure out how to link that into the comments. No, I'll link that into the description. You could do this with baked potatoes, but I was just trying to get it done faster. Actually, by the time, now that it's been so long, I could have done baked potatoes. I'll leave a little bit for what's left in the pot. This reminds me of like eating tater tots at a fast food place. It does. Very tasty. You know, this reminds me of eating like at a hamburger place. And maybe you don't want to eat at a hamburger place, but I always like the fries. I made my cereal. I wanted to let people know that yesterday and today I used 1 tablespoon less of maple syrup. Normally I use 3 tablespoons and I just use 2. That's really the only big change that I've made. It's 5:12. I can tell already I'm not gonna want the rest of this potato mixture. It's about 2 cups worth and I'm just done with it. But I do want my oatmeal. And as my daughter reminded me, I need to learn how to say, don't forget to please like and subscribe so you will receive notifications of when my next video has been uploaded. Did I do it right? Did I do it right? I'm just reading through the comments that are coming through. The original purpose of making the videos is for a small Christian support group that I have, and then it just became this pretty cool hobby. So I'm addressing specific people that I know. So Sandy, I hope that you understand. I want you to understand that if you look at Chef AJ's chart, everything to the left of the red line, you can have as much of it as you want. So there is no limits on how much starch that you eat. You need to listen to your body. When you feel full, then you're done. And so she eats, I mean, she's smaller than I am, and she eats more than I do. She eats these 3 huge sweet potatoes every day. And I typically eat 2 or 3 of them. I'm gonna end up probably eating 2 today. Not sweet potatoes, but regular potatoes. So regarding this way of eating is, if you look at Chef AJ's video where she's talking about calorie density, and she has all those jars, and it's because, you know, you can imagine our stomach is the size of a quartz jar, and then it has these receptors on it, and when those receptors are full, it sends you signal to your brain that you don't want any more to eat. And what happens is when we fill our stomachs up with things that aren't satiating, that aren't starches, so like if I were to eat, look at all this honey. If I were to eat all that honey, and how many, I can't even imagine how many calories would be in this jar. But look at, I wouldn't be satiated because I'd have all these receptors up here saying you're still hungry, and sending me signals. But when we fill ourselves up with potatoes and starches like pasta and potatoes and rice, that gets filled up in here. They have less calories to them, but it's sending those signals to our body, to our brain, saying you're full and you can't eat anymore. You don't even want it. This is another reason why it broke any, quote unquote food addiction that I had. I kept eating the wrong foods. I kept finding, things that would give me the dopamine, which would be sugar, and meats can give us a dopamine high. We can get it from oils, and fats can give us a dopamine high, but and we can only eat a smaller amount, and then it doesn't send those receptors off saying we're done eating, whereas the starches do. The starches fill us up, and then we want to stop, and you don't even have to think about it because I'm full. And if I don't feel hungry again, I won't even finish what's in the pot. That's why sometimes I eat it and sometimes I don't. I don't have to count, and then it's crazy because I have tested this so many times. I think I'll just try it because I know I heard Dr. McDougall say, somebody said, well, you could get fat on starches, and he said, really? Try it. So I thought, well, okay, I'll put it to the test, like Dr. Greger puts things to the test. And I have tested it so many times, and look at me. I lost the weight. So just go ahead and enjoy yourself. And what's going to happen is that your body is going to adjust automatically, and you'll require less, and it'll bring you right down to the weight you're supposed to be. You're not going to go hungry, and you're not going to be underweight eating this way. It didn't happen to me. I plateaued, but then I kind of quit doing the things that were helping me lose, only because I think I was in such shock having lost weight, and I didn't want to look like a bag of bones, that I just kind of put a halt to it and decided I would kind of wait around that weight in between 145 and 150. And I've been, since Christmas time, closer to the 150 range until today. It just started coming off again. And I think I'm just not going to be afraid, because technically, according to the weight and height chart that Dr. McDougall has for my height, which I'm 5'7", I'm supposed to weigh only 122 pounds. I mean, I think that's ridiculous, but who knows? When I get there, and if I ever get there, and I don't know that I will, but I have fat. I still have some muffin stuff right here. There's definitely fat on my arms. There is fat on places, I don't want to talk about. So there is some fat. I don't know that it's gonna warrant me weighing 122. I would think 10 pounds would probably be enough, but I don't know. I'll just let my body decide, and we'll see where I land. So the other question you had was that you're still feeling tired in the mornings. This would be my suggestion. If you're still feeling tired in the morning, you may want to take some tinctures. This is so personal. You may want to consider deworming, because think about it. I had crushing chronic fatigue for over 6 months, and I needed to deworm. These tinctures are not going to hurt you. I like them from the Dr. Morse Herbs, Parasite G and Parasite M. It has the instructions of how much tincture you use per your weight, and you use it 2 to 3 times a day for about a week. And sometimes we feel worse because of the die-off, and then we feel so much better. It's such a relief. So I encourage you to take it into consideration, because it sure would be worth it if you could get your energy back. It's a night and day difference for me. So I hope that helps you.